Hey guys, it's Alea, and I am back. I'm sorry I've been MIA for the past week. There's been a lot going on. Last week I got sick, then I'm getting better now, but then I've just been very busy this week. I have barely even had the chance to catch up on my shows, so it's all just been very hectic, very, very hectic. But I am back and better, and I am ready to talk about all of the great shows that have come on this week. In this video, I would like to talk about my favorite, I can say it is my favorite show, Pretty Little Liars. Our episode begins with Emily telling the girls how Sarah stayed over her house and everything that went on with that, and the girls are preparing to go back to school, but it doesn't really work out as planned because we all know that the girls have a lot of drama going on in their lives, and the majority of them do not end up going to school. So Sarah did stay at Emily's house, and as Emily prepares to go to school, Sarah says that she wants to stay at Emily's house, and Emily agrees with her, like she can do that. She knows she's been having a hard time at home, so she allows her to stay in her house. And then when she sees how easily freaked out Sarah is, Emily decides to stay home with Sarah so that she can kind of ease her back into reality. Aria, who is on her way to school, decides to stop for some coffee, and while she's at the coffee shop, Ezra kind of talks her into staying there because he can see how uneasy she's feeling just about the whole situation, so she ends up not going to school either. And then we have Spencer, who decides to stop over at Allison's house, and at Allison's house, she kind of makes a discovery about just the whole Charles thing. She and Allison argue because she says that Allie's dad is a liar, but Allie does not believe her father, which is so strange because her father is a straight-up liar, and we all know it. But so Spencer gets derailed in going to school because she's too busy dealing with Charles De Laurentiis. So since all of the liars get derailed from going to school, the only one left going to school is Hannah. And she already said she didn't want to go to school alone, and look at her, going to school alone. I'm sorry, Hannah girl. I feel for you. I do. But outside of school, she bumps into Dr. Sullivan, who suggests that Hannah come and see her because she's going to be working at the school and doing some stuff there. So Hannah decides to go and talk to her. And in that session, Sullivan suggests that all the girls come to her office hours. So Hannah's gonna try to get them all to do that. During Aria's day today, we know she's at the coffee shop, and she finds a picture of Andrew on her computer, and she just gets so curious as to who Andrew is. So she and Ezra decide to do some espionage type of stuff, and they call the police office, and they try to get some information on Andrew, but they can't get simple information like his birthday because his records are sealed because guess what? Homeboy is adopted. Guys. So, I don't know if I think he's A. I don't think I think he's A. I don't think he's Charles either. But something is definitely going on with Andrew. While Allie is walking on the street in the episode, she runs into a very handsome police officer who happens to be the partner of Toby Kavanaugh, Lorenzo. And guys, these Lorenzo moments are killing me because I already know that this is definitely gonna be a thing. So she sees him playing soccer with church kids, and I'm just like, so sweet. He's so sweet. But he teaches soccer to church kids, and then he offers her a position to teach soccer to the girl church kids. And Allie doesn't know because she doesn't think she could be a leader because of the whole thing that happened with Aria, Emily, Hannah, and Spencer. So I think she should take up the opportunity. It could be good for her to try to lead these young girls now that Allie is on a new path. But That's my opinion. But there was definitely some flirty moments in there. If you guys didn't see that, you should have, because they were definitely flirting, and I can see it. So Lorenzen is definitely on. While Lorenzen is talking, Toby is inside of a coffee shop and he sees him talking. And let me tell you guys, Toby does not look happy. He does not trust Allison, and he definitely does not trust Allison with his partner. So he asks Spencer to try to keep Allie away from Lorenzo. And I don't think he should do that. I mean, Allie has turned a new leaf. Honestly, I believe after all the stuff that she's went through, the girls have went through, I don't think that Allison wants to cause any more trouble. So Toby should give her a chance. On Emily's day off, she and her mother bond with Sarah, and they start giving her new clothes because guess what? Her Lucio mama had given away all her stuff after only a year of being gone. And Emily's mom was like, oh, it was probably hard for her to have all that stuff. Are you serious? No. Like, I feel as if it was hard for her to have that stuff, she probably would have just put it away in the attic, knowing that there was a possibility that her child would come home. But no, homegirl gave it all away. What kind of mama does that? No, I don't think so. Her mama's trifling. That's all I'm gonna say. Trifling. So, like I said before, Spencer is doing her little recon on Charles de Laurentiis, and when she gets nothing from Allie, she decides to talk to Jason. And what she finds out from Jason is that he has not heard of a Charles de Laurentiis, but he has heard of a Charlie, and supposedly Charlie was Jason's imaginary friend when he was little, and his father had told him at one point that Charlie had to go away. Y'all, we all know that Charles was his little brother, and he had to make it up like he was an imaginary friend, so there was some excuse for why there was someone missing from this family. Wrong. Just wrong. Like, why they gotta lie? Just tell the truth, guys. I don't know. But there's something going on there, because we all know that Charles is not, and was never imaginary. When Hannah gets out of school, she wants to get all the girls to go to Dr. Field so they can talk about what happened to them when they were in the dollhouse. So she actually ends up getting them all there, and once Spencer arrives, she tells them their news about the imaginary friend Charles, and combined with Arya's news about Andrew being adopted, there's some confusion and stuff. But what they end up getting a text from Charles, or from A, or whatever, whoever this is now, saying that if they say anything about what they found out, that Charles is going to kill Sarah. And you see like a knife over the sleeping Sarah. So they leave there so that nothing will happen to her. But I don't know. I think they need to tell someone, because whenever they keep stuff secret, bad stuff happens. So when the girls leave Sullivan's office, they immediately race back to Emily's home where Sarah is to see if she's okay, and they find out that she is, and Emily like rushes over to hug her, and I'm like, So guys, I don't know about you, but I definitely see something going on there. We don't know who Sarah prefers to date, but hey, it might be girls, and hey, she might date Emily. I could definitely see that going on somewhere. I already see the ship names coming in. They could be Semele or Emelera. They're all possibilities. The girls end up not telling Sarah what happened because they don't want to scare her. She's already kind of jumpy. But yeah, and then while they're in the house, Emily's mom comes home and she tells the girls that the police are releasing Andrew because they don't have any real evidence against him. They can't press charges, so they're letting him go, dropping everything. And this kind of upsets the girls, but I'm like, hey, I knew that boy did not kidnap you guys. He doesn't have the niche for kidnapping. He just doesn't seem like a kidnapper. He's kind of crazy. He's probably a little crazy, like I said before. And I will say in every video where I talk about Andrew, the boy is creepy, but I don't think he's capable of this. So yeah, don't know. So next, the girls go to Allie's house and tell her about what Jason said about Charles being an imaginary friend, and Allie mentions how there were pictures missing from books and how that felt as if something were missing from the family. And that might have been Charles or Charlie or whatever you want to call this freaky freak. But the girls begin looking around the house for any evidence that Charles or Charlie or whoever is real, and they go looking around, and while they're doing this, they all have their conversations that they do when they're searching. And Allie talks to Spencer about Lorenzo. I knew she liked him. This just made me so happy. But she talks to Spencer about Lorenzo, and she mentions how she could probably never be with him because of everything that she's been through and everything. But she pretty much tells Spencer that she likes Lorenzo, and Spencer does not object, even though Toby would probably like her too. She doesn't, because she knows that Allison has changed and has become a better person. But, okay, so they're looking in the house, they're all having their little conversations, and then Arya, my girl, my smart girl Arya, she finds a picture of Mrs. De Laurentiis, Charles, and Jason. So, obviously Charles is real and is not an imaginary friend, and in the next episode, Allie is going to bring this picture to her dad. Well, she actually did bring the picture to her dad, and we're just going to see how that unfolds. Before Allie brings the picture to Dad, the girls leave her house because Allie needs some time to process whatever, and they see Andrew leaving jail, and they're all immediately filled with remorse because they feel bad, because now they know that Andrew didn't do it and that he was not the one who kidnapped them. And the thing is, he said that while the 3 weeks that he was missing, he was actually looking for the girls because of how much he cared for Arya. And so we could already see that she felt really bad. And I guess Andrew ended up telling them that the girls put him up to something, or they tricked him, or whatever. I don't know. But he told the police something so that things could go easier on him. But, oh gosh, this is just all mixed up and messed up. It's just so much. Oh gosh. But let's see what happens with that. So, right after they're done talking to Andrew, they all meet Lorenzo, and which is kind of cool because Spencer introduces them as Allison's friends, so it's automatically known that she's on Allie's side. But other than that, they talk about what happened to them in the dollhouse and how they were being forced to choose who deserved water, who they liked best, all this stuff. And they were forced to choose because A said if they didn't, they would all be hurt. But the thing was, none of them were actually harmed. They just believed that they were harming each other. And I guess A wanted to make them aware that they are always capable of hurting each other and that they weren't these perfect girls. So twisted, but at least they know what was going on with each other and that none of them were actually harmed. But I think that's why they're so tormented, because they thought they were hurting each other. But it's kind of sweet, like how they stick by each other. They're always by each other's sides, and it's just so sweet to see friends like that. So Allie ends up showing her dad and Jason the photo of Mrs. De Laurentiis and the boys, and that's kind of how the episode ends. She's showing her dad, and I guess he's telling her something, but they're zooming out, and we can't hear the noise. We can't hear what they're saying. We just know that Allie and Jason are kind of upset by what their father is saying, and then you zoom out to the window, and guess who's standing there in the window, all creepy like A or Charles or Charlie or whatever you want to call him. Guys, so right now it's night when I'm filming this, and I'm kind of getting a little scared myself, because just thinking about someone standing outside your window and watching it's so creepy. Oh, but yeah, I'm sorry, I'm creeped out right now. But that's how the episode ended. And in the next episode, the preview for the next episode, Allie mentions that Charles is supposedly dead. I don't think it's true. Just saying that now. I don't think Charles is dead. Maybe they thought he was dead, like he went missing like Allie, and they just assumed, or maybe they're just claiming that he's dead because they're covering up what really happened. It It's just so much. But it's getting so good, and I can't wait to find out. So guys, that sums up this episode. It was really good, so entertaining as always, and I loved it. Sorry I'm getting to you guys so late again. It's just a lot is going on, and I'm trying to get videos out. I'm going to be making quite a few tonight because I was able to really catch up on my shows. So I'll be coming to you guys soon with more videos. So aside from Pretty Little Liars, I do want to mention something. So a few days ago, same thing, I watched the movie Duff, which is now you're able to rent it and buy it. Guys, I loved that movie. It was so good. It was so funny. I love the characters. I love just the plot and the message in it. Oh, it was so good. I suggest that you guys buy it, rent it, watch it, anything. If you guys haven't seen it already, you should see it because it was so good and funny, and I loved it. And I love Mae Whitman, and I love Robbie Amell, Bella Thorne. I see her trying to climb that social ladder. I see you, girl, getting up there from Disney. Go ahead and work it. And I don't know, I just loved it. It was really good, so I suggest you guys watch that. So that's my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it's late once again. It's probably just going to be a this week thing. I will get right back on track, or at least I will try. But yes, guys, if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumb down. It's okay. Or just don't say anything. Doesn't matter to me. Subscribe, and please check out my Twitter, guys. I still live tweet during Devious Mates and Unreal, which those shows are getting really good, guys. I might make a little catch-up video on that. And yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Bye.